All right, guys, welcome to the stream. Let me see if anybody's available to chat. Here we go. All right. Okay, so welcome to the live stream, and hey, what's up? See how other people are hopping on here, hopefully. Two watching now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Okay, this is just a bunch of nonsense. All this stuff. Okay. I don't know, some kids were playing on it. I'm going to try to pick up where we left off and see if anyone has any questions, really. We'll just see how this goes. I want everybody to be working on their packets and doing problems. And if you have questions that relate directly to a problem, let me know so I can hop into that test and help you with it. What descriptions? Uh-huh. Can you try it again real quick? Oh, great. I thought I checked those permissions, but maybe I didn't. So this was the one that I think people were telling me. Okay, it's unlisted, but you should still be able to get at that one. And then STAAR 2018. This is the one that someone told me was private. No, but now it's public. Okay. So it should be visible. I still want it to be unlisted. Okay. So they should both be accessible now. Man, I hope some more people join this. We really do need to learn this. I will. So anyway, I'll go back. We'll get started on some problems. If you have any questions, hop on the Discord or post in chat. And I'm just going to show you how to solve them until somebody gives me a specific question to solve. So, this question is very easy. This references, you put this left side in Y1 and you put the right side in Y2. You know, we say don't be a hero, let the calculator solve it for you. Put the right side in Y1, 34x plus 95. Put the right side in Y2, 3 open parentheses, 14x plus 9. And then you just hit second trace 5 and enter, enter, enter. The intersection's at 8.5. I mean, that's how easy it is. Easy problem. Wait, where are you typing that? No, you got to type it into a browser, man. Yeah, like Chrome or Safari. Yeah. Okay. I sent that out on Remind. Let people know that we're here. See if more people join. You got it to work? Yeah. The 2018 link should work as well. Earlier today it was private, but I fixed it. Yeah, because it actually was. She was right about that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I don't want this to be a super long live stream because we all need rest for tomorrow. But I'm going to be here, so just let me know if there's a question. The way this is going to work best is if you say, "Hey, 2019 test number 51, help me do it." You know, that's what's going to help me. So, what I want you guys to do is try to do as many problems as you can, and if you don't know how to do it or how to get started, let me know so I can give you some help. Okay, so anyway, I'll just, because I don't want dead air, number 39 here. What's the equation of a slope that passes through point 2 comma 2 and is perpendicular to the line represented by y equals 2/5 x plus 2? First and most important thing, you got to know what the negative reciprocal can't even get off the ground without that information. Negative reciprocal of 2/5 is -5/2. So what we're going to do is go to Desmos, test mode. So you can see how to do that. We got the most important test in the world coming up tomorrow. There's 2 people on the chat. It's frustrating. I mean, it's frustrating. That's all I can say. I really can't say anything else. Hey, Mackenzie. There's one person that's not frustrating. What's up, Mackenzie? How are you doing? See if you can help me get more folks up here. Okay, so we're going to take the equation we're given. Y equals 2/5 x plus 2. Just type it in. And we're typing up here, guys. Y equals 2/5 x plus 2. Okay, now we plot the point that we're given. We're given point 2 comma -2. So let's plot 2 comma -2. All right. So this I'm going to label. This was our given point. Okay. This equation was our given equation. So let's zoom out. So we see the given point right there. Now we need our line to pass through that point, but it has to be perpendicular to this red line. So what I recommend now, if you don't know what to do, is to just start testing answers. So y equals 5/2 x minus 7. Y equals 5/2 x minus 7. Okay, so that passes through the given point, but it's not perpendicular to the red line. So that's not the correct answer. So now we'll try option B. Y equals 5/2 x plus 7. Y equals 5/2 x plus 7. Okay, so, it's not perpendicular and it's not passing through the given point, so that's not right either. Next, we'll try y equals -5/2 x minus 3. Y equals -5/2 x minus 3. Okay, so that's perpendicular. But the problem, ladies and gentlemen, is that it does not pass through the given point. So, I mean, by process of elimination, you already know what the answer is, but let's go ahead and type it in. Y equals -5/2 x plus 3. -5/2 x plus 3. And bingo was his name-o. That's how you know you're right. So it's passing through the given point, and it's perpendicular, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So I want to screenshot this. Okay. Put it into OneNote. Off to the side. There you go. There you go. There's your proof. Desmos was the way to go on that problem. Okay, so which graph best represents f of x equals 2, and then it's times 5 raised to the power of x? So remember we learned that the number sitting in front of the parentheses is the y-intercept. So we can already eliminate h and j. So it's either going to be f or it's going to be g. And we have to look closely at these because they're very similar lines. So let's type it in. F of x equals 2, open parentheses, 5, close parentheses, raised to the power of x. So let's go put that in Desmos. All right. And so we replace f of x with y and do y equals 2, open parentheses. And by the way, this is test, doing the 2018 test number 40. 2 open parentheses, 5. Okay, close parentheses, raised to the x power. There we go. Alrighty. We need to zoom out a little bit and just start checking which one of these looks more like it. So according to this graph on F, it's passing through 1, 10. Okay, so let's see if 1, 10 is accurate. Yep, looks pretty accurate. Down here, it's passing through 1, 5 on G, and so that's how I would know it was the answer would be F. Yeah, 2 viewers. Unbelievable. Okay, so once again, I'll screenshot that. Mackenzie, thanks for being here. Are there any problems that you are having on your when you're looking through your tests that you don't know how to do? Any problem numbers that I can solve? If you're still there. What? Wait. You're saying you can't watch the video I sent you? The link? Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm still waiting for someone to give me a problem to work. If there's no problems that anyone wants me to work, then there's no reason for me to stay on the live stream. I'd really hope that more people would be on this, but. Okay, number 18 from which test? Okay, 2018 or 2019? No, there's somebody in YouTube chat Told me do number 18. The 2018 test number 18. Okie dokie. That's something. Thank you. Let me go to number 18. Okay. So this is number 18 on the 2018 test. Yeah. Which statement about g of x equals x squared minus 576 is true? All right. So what you need to do is put this in Desmos. Let's go. You got to go to Desmos. X squared minus 576. So you just go in there and type in y equals x squared minus 576. Now it's going to go out of frame. You got to zoom out to see it. Go over here and click. There's your zeros. Negative 24 and positive 24. So let's go back. Are the zeros negative 288 and positive 288? No. So F is wrong. Is the only zero 288? No. That's wrong. How about H? The zeros, negative 24 and 24. Bingo. That's how you know it's C. It's, H. So you know it's H just because you eliminated these were false, and you don't care about J because you found one that is true. You know, you only need one thing that was true. The zeros, as you saw in the picture, were at negative 24 and positive 24. So this is the graph that would go with that. It was a good question. Really shows the power of Desmos. Because to do that on the TI would, I mean, you would have gotten lucky there, but it still would have been a pain. Okay. So there's that graph as a reference. That's what you put into Desmos for number 18. You got it? Cool. So if you're just joining the live stream, what I'm looking to do here is answer specific questions from specific tests. So if you need help trying to figure out how to do, let's say number 4 from the 2018 test, you need to post the question number and the testing year. If you want me to do number 50 from the 2019 test, I'm happy to do anything, but somebody's got to give me in chat or on Discord a specific question with a specific test year, and I'd be happy to work it. Number 11 on 2019. Okay, thank you, none of your business. I like that username. Number 11. Okay, number 11. Where are you at? Here we go. This is a good question. A student worked out at the gym continuously for 50 minutes. The graph shows the remaining percentage of the workout as a linear function of x. Okay, so linear is an important word. I don't know what else will be important, but I know that linear is very important. So it's linear. Which answer choice best describes the domain and range of the function for this situation? Okay, so let's see. The vertical axis is the percentage of workout remaining, and the horizontal axis is minutes. So minutes is time. Okay, and this is a percentage. So domain is X. So the domain is the minutes, and this is the range. Okay, so let's see. Domain, all real numbers greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 100. Look, guys, so the domain here goes from 0 to 50. So right away, we can see the answer is C, right? Because here we're just looking at the domain. The domain of the graph goes from 0 over to 50. And so you'd say all real numbers greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 50. Range, all real numbers greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 100. So that's why the answer to this one would be C. No calculator needed on that one, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a shout out to Nunya. Okay, first name Nunya, last name Business, for asking good questions. All right, thank you. Test. All right, just making sure it works. Number 13, number 20, test number 2019. Going down to number 13. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, now look, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those questions where it's very hard. And honestly, there's nothing that Desmos or TI can do to help you. So I will work this question, but I would say that this would be a hard question. If you're not comfortable with this stuff, you would want to wait till the very end to do this question. But let's do it. So here's what we're given. 45m to the negative 6th power times p to the 2nd power times v to the 12th power all over all over 15 m to the negative 2, p to the 8, v to the negative 4. So first thing we can do is, don't slow down on me yet, bro. The first thing we can do is simplify 45 and 15. Okay, that can be simplified down to, 45 divided by 15 is 3. So it's just 3 up on top and 1 on the bottom. Okay, so now we'll rewrite and see what we have left. We have 3m to the negative 6th, p to the 2, v to the 12, all over m to the negative 2, p to the 8, v to the negative 4. And guys, basically what we're going to do here is separate these out and work on each letter at a time. I'll even separate out the numbers, and then each letter we consider individually. Okay? So we'll have the 3 out by himself. All right, he's just hanging out by himself, 3 over 1. Now look, we're going to apply the quotient rule, so it's going to be m to the negative 6th minus negative 2. So m to the negative 6th minus negative 2. Okay, that takes care of these guys right here. And now we've got p to the 2 minus 8. Okay. And that takes care of these guys right here. So I've gotten rid of the 3, the m's, and the p's. Now I just have to deal with the v's. V to the 12 minus negative 4. And now I've gotten rid of the v's. Okay. So almost done. So I've got 3 times m. Now, negative 6 minus negative 2 is negative 6 plus 2, which is negative 4. And then P, 2 minus 8 is negative 6. And V, you've got 12 plus 4 is 16. Okay. So when we rewrite this, we have to bring these negatives, push these numbers down into the denominator position, or these letters. So we're going to have 3v to the 16 up in the numerator, and then down in the denominator you'll have m to the 4th power times p to the 6th power. And that's the negative exponent rule. Okay, so this is your answer, and we'll see which letter choice. Looks like B. Thank you, Nunya. Okay, yeah, we have a YouTube viewer named None of Your Business. That's pretty cool. That's pretty gangster. I like that. Number 17, 2019. Hey, if you're a student in my class, can you send me a message on Remind so I know who you are? Number 17 on 2019. Which graph best represents the solution set of y greater than 3x minus 4? Okay. Well, unfortunately, Desmos in test mode will not plot these inequalities, but we can look at the line. Okay. So first, I'm going to go to Desmos and type it in. And I'm going to replace that greater than symbol with an equal symbol. Y equals 3x minus 4. So just type in y equals 3x minus 4. And let's zoom in on this right here. So it's crossing the x-axis at negative 4. The y-axis at negative 4 and the x-axis at 1 1/3. So let's go see if that helps us eliminate answer choices. We're looking for a y-intercept of negative 4. Okay. That has an intercept. They all have an intercept at negative 4. So they all have the same slope and they all have the same intercept. So we're going to have to do analysis on this symbol. Okay. Greater than. So yeah, this is greater than, which means we have a dotted line. Okay, so automatically can eliminate A and B. Dotted line, okay, open circles, shading above the line, ladies and gentlemen, greater than. So that allows us to eliminate answer choice C, leaving behind D. Yeah, I'm here. Oh, really? So the Nunya, let's give a shout out to Nunya Business. Okay. So this question number 18 says a bank account earning annual compound interest was opened. No additional deposits or withdrawals were made after the initial deposit. The balance in the account after X years can be modeled by B of X equals 850 times 1.025 raised to the X power. Okay, so which statement is the best interpretation of one of the values in this function? All right, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, notice this. This value in the middle is greater than 1. So all exponential functions are written in y equals ab to the x. And the way that this function is written, y is interpreted to mean the future value of the bank account, and that's equal to the initial or present value of the bank account times 1 plus r raised to t for time. So b maps onto 1 plus r, a maps onto present value, y maps onto future value, and x maps onto time in years. So this value we don't know, okay? And the present value is 850. Now, you have to understand 1 plus r equals 1.025. So if we find out what r is, we just subtract 1 from both sides, and we get r equals 0.025. Turn that into a percent, and you get r equals, sorry, I went one too many. Turn that into a percent, and you get r equals 2.5% growth. Okay, so this is the growth rate, 2.5%. Let's see what this is. The initial balance in the account decreases. Well, it doesn't decrease, it increases. The balance in the account increases at a rate of 2.5% each year. There it is. Okay, the initial balance in the account wasn't 1,025, it was 850. The balance in the account at the end of the year is 850. No, it isn't. It's going to be bigger than 850 because it's increasing at 2.5%. So, F is wrong, H is wrong, and J is wrong. So the answer is G. What is going on? Number 26, 2019. Okay. So I've, I've politely asked that this person identify themselves to me and remind. Look, I'm happy to just keep doing problems, but I don't really know who you are. Are you a student at my school and you just don't want to identify yourself for some weird reason? Or are you a student at another school? I mean, I'm thankful that you're participating, but I don't get it. So that's number 26. Find the graph of linear function f passes through the point 1, -9 and has a slope of 3. Okay, so I mean, all you have to do, guys, for this problem, it's just too easy to not do. You start at 1, -9. 1, -9. right here. And then it has a slope of -3. So we would go, we can't go down 3 over 1. So we would go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then over 1 to the left. So your line would look like this. Okay. Your line would look like this. Oh, thank you. Okay, you definitely don't have to identify yourself in public chat. Here. Let me do something for you. Let me see if I can remove this. There. Thank you. I just was curious, and I'm really thankful that you're here. Okay, so this is the yeah. You definitely don't have to give out any personal information in public chat. So this is the graph. Now this was actually a hard one because when you got down here to 1, -9, and you plotted the point, your next point, you wanted to go down 3, right? Down 1, down 2, down 3, over 1, but we ran out of graph. So you have to go backwards. Go up 3 and then to the left 1. That makes it tough. You know, I don't know why they try to confuse you for no reason like that. But it says, what is the 0 of f? Oh, look, here it is. The 0 is where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, so this equation crosses the x-axis at -2, 0. So the answer to the question is -2, right? All right. Awesome. That was a good problem. I mean, it's a tough one. There was really, it would be a hard sell to figure that out. Without just drawing it. It was a good problem. Just so you guys know, if you're listening to this, there is a major presidential debate tonight. Regardless if you're voting Democrat or voting Republican, there is a debate tonight. It's going to be the first debate that a new Democratic candidate for president, Michael Bloomberg, is going to be debating. I have no political opinion to offer other than to suggest that you stay apprised and informed of the goings on in national politics, because that's good from a social studies point of view. It's a good idea to know what's going on. So make sure you watch that. I think it starts at either 7 or 8. You might want to have that on in the background just so you can see who's running and what they're saying. Number 36, 2019. All right. Some good questions here. Thank you, Nunya. Number 30, yeah. Number 36, 2019. Holy cow. All right. Here's how we're going to solve this problem, Nunya. We're going to put this in Y1, and then we're going to do Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. Or, and I really like this method better, we'll try Y2 first. If that doesn't work, we'll try putting this in Y2, and then this in Y2, and this in Y2. And eventually we'll find one of them that matches. And then once we do that, we're going to hit second graph to check and see where the rows match. We want the rows to match. All right, so let me open up the TI and click on Y equals, clear this stuff out. So Y1 needs to be the given equation. 210x squared minus 63x. And then we'll just put number F here. We'll do 21x, open parentheses, 10x minus 3, close parentheses. And we just hit second. I want to make sure I'm clear about what we're doing. We're going to hit second, and then we're going to hit graph. Okay. So we just check each row. Okay, let's go down. See, we actually got quite lucky there with that one. Because if you look at each row, the numbers are all the same. So because all the rows match up, the expression 210d squared minus 63d is equivalent to 21d times 10d minus 3. It's correct. Correct. Yes, correct. You are 100% correct, Nunya. And you know whose business that is? Nunya business. That's whose business that is. All right, man. Good luck. Enjoy it. Have a good time. Be safe. Stay dry. Okay, so number 41 on 2019. Why isn't it loading? Oh. It's like it's frozen. Hang on. Number 41. Ooh, this is a good one. Which inequality best represents the domain of the part shown? So the part shown is limited, isn't it? It's not showing the whole thing. So we need to go find out what x values it's showing. So what I do is I draw little lines, okay, and then I circle these numbers, okay, and then it just goes off into infinity. See, this is just going off into infinity. So it starts at -2 and it goes to infinity. So I would say the domain is all real numbers greater than or equal to -2. So the way they want you to write it here is x is greater than or equal to -2. Wow, I want to thank None of Your Business again for being the only active participant. There's one person who's gonna be prepared tomorrow, so thank you. I hope this is helpful. Okay, number 48, 2019, and then we're going to take a little break. A little brain break. Number 48. Oh, okay. So this is a good problem. I mean, we can do this in Desmos, or we can do this in TI. Let me ask Nunya Business. Okay, let me ask Nunya Business. Would you prefer me to do this in TI or in Desmos? TI, got it. So if that's the case, then what we're going to do is just replace all these Q of X's with Y's. So this would be like Y1. And then we'll start testing these, with Y2 and just see which ones match when we do second graph. Okay, so let me go here to the TI, and we're going to go to Y equals. Clear this stuff out. And in Y1, we'll put 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. 9x squared. Okay, minus 24x. Plus 16. Okay, down here in Y2, we'll try the first one. I just meant to hit 4. 9x minus 4, close parentheses, open parentheses, x minus 4. Once you get this data entered, okay, just like that, you want to hit second graph. We see here that these do not match. See these rows? These rows don't match up, so it's not F. Okay? It's not F. Let's try G. I'm going to put G in Y2. So I'm going to go clear out Y2 and then put open parentheses 3x plus 4, close parentheses, and then squared. All right, just like it appears. So here we go. And now we're going to hit second graph. And we're going to check each row. And I noticed right away that they don't match on each row, so they're not correct. So it's not G. All right, they're making us work hard on this one. You know, it's not like one of the first two. So now we got to check H. So we'll just plug it in. Go back to Y2. Here I'm going to put Y2 here. So in Y2, I'll delete what's there. We'll do 9x plus 4. Close parentheses. Open parentheses. X plus 4. Okay. And now we're going to hit second graph. Okay. So notice again, these do not match. They don't match. So it's not H. Now, guys, by process of elimination, that means it has to be J, but we always want to check. We're never just going to take it on faith, right, that it's going to be the correct answer, because we could have keyed something in wrong. So let's make sure that J is correct. Open parentheses 3x minus 4. Oh, darn. Okay, and square that. And then we'll hit second graph. All right. And very thankfully, all these rows match up. So because these rows match up, we know the answer is J. Okay. So let me paste that in there so you can look at that data if you want to. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to go on a break here for a few minutes and then come back and we'll continue. So we've already done a ton of problems. Let's see, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did 9 problems. That's pretty good. So we'll come back and do more. I just want to take a little break. Thanks. Be back in a few minutes. So what problem should I do next? I'm ready to do any problem from either the 2019 or 2018 test. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. In the meantime, it looks like there's some new people watching the live stream. So if you have a question from your packets, any question on either test, I'd be happy to help.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of
50 from the 2019 test. Okay. It's a good question. I'll show you how to do it. What are the domain and range of this monster equation? Okay, so all we're going to do, the best way to do this is going to be in Desmos. Okay, so we would just change this to y and then stick this whole thing into Desmos. All right, so we'll go to Desmos, and I'll have to probably look at it a couple of times. All right, here we go. So y equals negative 1 over 4, open parentheses, x minus 17 squared plus 61. Okay, and it wants to know the domain and range. So we need to zoom out. And the domain is the easy part. It's going to be all real numbers, okay? The range, however, is going, because this is pointing down, we go click on the top of the graph, and we see it's 17 comma 61. So let me capture this part of the window here. And paste it in here for you to look at it. Okay, so the range is going to be negative infinity. See, basically this goes down to negative infinity, and it goes all the way up to 61. So we would say that the range is all real numbers less than or equal to 61. So how would you write that? You'd say, well, negative infinity is less than or equal to y, less than or equal to 61. Or you could say y is less than or equal to 61. Could be any of these. Like that's correct, and this is correct. Just three different ways of saying the range. The domain is negative infinity less than or equal to x, less than or equal to positive infinity, or all real numbers. So let's go look at our answer choices and see. Domain is all real numbers, and domain is all real numbers. That means G and J can be eliminated. And it says here G of X, which remember is Y, less than or equal to 61. That's correct. Over here it says X is less than or equal to 17. That's not correct. So it's F for that reason. So Desmos for the win on that one. Number 54 from 2019. All right. So I'll erase all this so you can see how to do it. All right. So number 54, the total distance in centimeters a toy robot moves varies directly. All right. So right away, I'm going to zoom in on varies directly. Varies directly tells me that I'm going to be doing butterfly. Hey, hi, Jasmine. And varies directly means a proportion. So we're going to be doing butterfly. This tells me to do butterfly. Okay, it's going to be a proportion. All right, so it says here that the distance varies directly with time in seconds. Okay, so we say distance over time. Okay, and that's equal to, and then it tells us something. It tells us the robot moves 264 centimeters in 11 seconds. And so now it's going to ask us for something. It's asking us for the time in seconds. Okay. The toy robot moves when the total distance is 408 centimeters. Okay. Okay. So this is important. So now we say this equals 408 over time. And that's what we want to know. What is the time? So we're going to butterfly this like this. All right. So you have 264, okay, times the time, which we don't know, equals 408 times 11. And so all you have to do is divide both sides by 264. Cancel, cancel. And so now time equals 408 times 11 over 264. All right. And we can put that time, we can put that in parentheses. And so we just go to our TI calc. Okay. So we're going to do alpha y equals enter. Okay, and that will be 408 times 11 on top, 408, open parentheses 11, over 264. Okay, so we want to actually see what that is. And we see that it's 17 seconds. So that corresponds to letter choice G. Good. How are you doing? Okay, so if anyone has a specific question from one of the tests that you don't understand, let me know, and I'd be happy to work the problem. Number 25 from the 2018 test. Okay. Let's go see what number 25 is. Oh, okay. That's a good question. So here we're asked to find out which one does not show causation. Well, Jasmine, we're actually doing anything you want. So this one right now, number 25, which is what we're doing, population at a school increases, the number of teachers increases. Okay, so they're saying that student population increasing causes teachers to increase. That sounds right. Okay, so A looks like it does show causation, so we would need to look at B. When the amount of sugar in a quart of apple juice is reduced, there are fewer calories in each serving. Okay, yes, that's true. The sugar reduction causes there to be fewer calories. It seems like if you had more people working on a project, it would cause it to be completed in less time. And then letter choice D, when there is more protein in an athlete's diet, the athlete scores more points in a game. Now, it might be true that protein is good for athletes, okay? But it doesn't cause athletes to score more points. So number 25, the correct letter choice here is D. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like these questions very much because you could make arguments. Yeah, we're doing both. We're doing anything you want from either test. So I don't like these questions because, you could kind of make an argument on a lot of these. But the most correct answer that does not show causation would be D. I have no idea why they're reading questions in a math test. That's a good question. It's ridiculous. It's a good question. Number 27 from the 2018 test. Okay. So we'll go here to number 27. Okay. So it says here, a paper airplane was thrown from the top of a tall building. The height of the paper airplane above the ground, blah, blah, blah. All we really care about is that they give us an equation. So we're going to go right to Desmos. Now it wants to know, let's see what it wants to know. How many seconds did it take? So seconds is time. So this is X. How many seconds did it take the paper airplane to reach the ground? All right, so they want to know the X-intercept. All right, so what we can do is just go to Desmos and put in negative 1.5x plus 60. Can do y equals negative 1.5x plus 60. All right. And all you have to do is go click on the x-axis. And this is the answer right here, 40. So I'll say this. 40 seconds. This is when it hits the ground. All right. So I think what you would want to record here is 40. Okay, so if you have a specific question from either the 2018 or 2019 test, just give me the number of the question number and the test year that you're looking at, and I would be very happy to assist you in learning how to solve that particular question. Remember also that I've got, if you would prefer to work at your own pace on whatever question you want, those links on the front of your little four paper packet have direct links to all of these solutions. Okay, number 28 from 2018. Okay, sure. Absolutely. Okay, so let me work this one. So this is a difficult question because there's no way, well, actually this one would work, but I'd rather just show you how to do it. And then I'll show you how to do it in Desmos if you want. But first I'll show you how to do it by hand because it's really easy. So you have q to the 4th power raised to the negative 3rd power all over q to the negative 15th power. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is multiply negative 3 times 4, and you'll have on top q to the negative 12th over q to the negative 15th. And then you're going to apply the quotient rule to say q to the negative 12th minus negative 15. Okay, so you're going to do negative 12 plus 15, and so that means q to the 3rd power. Now let's say you had no clue how to do those exponent rules. Because there's only a single variable, q, we can actually put this into Desmos just like this, and we would just rewrite it. So into Desmos, what I would put is y equals, and then I'd have to change to x to the 4th raised to the negative 3rd all over x to the negative 15th. All right, let me just show this in Desmos real quick. So y equals x. Wait, I need to put it in parentheses. Open parentheses, x to the 4th, close parentheses, raised to the power of negative 3. Okay. And this whole thing is over x to the negative 15th. Okay. Let's see if that works. And now we put in h, which would be x cubed. So y equals x cubed. Yep, it worked. So with that one, you just had to plug in the answer choices. If you plugged in the first answer choice, x to the 27th power, it wouldn't look right. See? So you would just plug in your answers until you got it right, but it is. There it is. So I'll actually screenshot that. Usually we couldn't do those exponential rules type questions, but there was only one variable, so we were able to do it. Okay, so if you're just joining the chat, if you're just joining the live stream, rather, I'm taking any requests that you have. If you have both of your tests there in front of you, you should be going through them, trying to get at least 21 of them right, you know, tonight. And I'm happy here in this live stream to answer any specific questions you have. All you have to do is give me the number, the question number, and the test year that it comes from, and be happy to get it answered for you guys. So far, the MVP award for participation on this live stream is, without question, Nunya Business, ladies and gentlemen. Nunya Business. Number 35 from 2018. Okay. Guys, that's commitment. This student, and now I know who it is, this student is really working hard. I really appreciate that. Okay. Ooh, this is actually a challenging question. All right. So it says, which function is best represented by the graph of G? Okay. Now, you have to know a couple things about this. The graph of f, all right, the graph of f equals f of x, and that equals x. Now, this is super hard to know, because if we just do this, here's how we can figure it out. It goes up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. It has a y-intercept of 0, so we would say it's y equals 1x plus 0, which is just y equals x. So this is actually the parent function for linear equations, okay, which is f of x equals x. And so all they want to know is what happened to f of x to make it look like g. All right, so let's take a look at G now. We're going to focus our attention on G. G also has a y-intercept of 0, but its slope is up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what you would say is, if you were writing G, G equals 1/3 x. Well, remember, x was f of x, okay, because f of x equaled x. And so we would say g of x equals 1/3 times f of x. So we go through our answer choices here, and we see B matches that. I would call this a hard one, okay? So I would have marked that for review if I wasn't comfortable with parent functions and stuff, and come back to it later. But the key was, on this one, check the slopes. But again, it was a fairly difficult question. Okay. Good job on that. So if you're just joining the live stream, give me a question number and the testing year, and I would be more than happy to give you some assistance on any question that you might have. Hey, what's up, Nick? Cool. Welcome. Yes, sir. Number 39 from the 2018 test. Awesome. You just do a couple things here. Weirdest thing, when I've got Discord audio running, I can't hear the music playing on Google Chrome, but you can on the live stream. So we're doing number 39 from 2018. Okay. Aha. I love this question. So number 39. What is the equation of the line that passes through points 2, 2, or 2, -2 rather, and is perpendicular to the line represented by 2/5 x plus 2? Okay, remember perpendicular lines are going to form 90-degree angle with each other. All right, so that's one thing to remember. And the other thing to remember is the perpendicular slope. If we take the original slope, 2/5, and we flip it, we get 5/2. And then to get the perpendicular slope, you just put a negative in front of it. So we know that the slope is going to be -5/2. Okay, so we can already eliminate A and B. So now it's just down to C or D. And here's what I recommend doing. Even if you didn't know that about the negative reciprocal slope, just put this, okay, put this in Desmos. Just put it in Desmos. And also put this in Desmos. Then test your answers. And test these values. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stick the equation in Desmos. Go over here and stick the equation in. Y equals 2/5 x plus 2. Okay, so there's the equation that we're given. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. And now we're going to plot point 2, -2. Oops, sorry. I moved it. Now we're going to plot point 2, -2. I'll fix it in a second. Open parentheses 2, -2. All right, so this was the given point. All right, so let's see that point. All right, so now we're just going to test answer choices until we see a perpendicular line that goes through that point right there. 2, -2. So let's just try, we're going to try C first. So Y equals -5/2 x minus 3. Okay, so do you see? -5/2 x minus 3 it's definitely perpendicular, but it doesn't pass through my point. So for that reason, okay, it's wrong. Okay, if you're a Shark Tank watcher, I'd say for that reason, I'm out. All right, so for that reason, I'm out. Now, it's got to be D, right? But let's check. Let's check to make sure. So let's just change this minus to a plus. Boom. All right, so that's what we want to see. We want to see these. We want to see the line. The correct line is going to pass through the given point and will be perpendicular to Well, I think I already did it over here. Yeah. Perpendicular to the line that we were given the equation of. Alrighty. So that's how it looks. Good question. Yeah, I'm done. Let's go.
Number two.
Number 2 on the 2018 test. All right. Oh, perfect. This is just perfect. Okay, so this is definitely a Desmos for the win. We could also use TI, but you said Desmos, so let's use Desmos. I mean, it really comes down to personal preference. If you've grown up using TI, then that's more familiar to you. If you haven't really used a graphing calculator a lot, then maybe Desmos is actually more intuitive. So first we're going to put y equals negative 28x squared plus 35x. All right. And all we're looking for is to find an equation that just maps right over those lines. Exactly. So let's try letter F. So we'll try y equals 7x, open parentheses. What was it? Oh, okay. Well, I'll just run through the problem since, there's other folks watching, and then we'll do number 44 we'll do question 44 next. Nunya business wants to know about 44, so we'll give that to Nunya. Okay, so let's try this. Negative 7x, open parentheses, 4x minus 5. And that works perfectly. So for that reason, I am all in on letter choice G. Uh-huh. Well, it's funny. The last several problems we've tried, that little rule that I taught you would not have worked because they did A, B, and C, D instead of the little trick that I thought existed. So, like I said, it's just a guessing strategy. I wouldn't base my test taking on that little rule. So we're doing number 44 from number 28, the 2018 test. Number 44 coming up. Let's see where we're at now. 38, 39, 40, 43, and want to do number 44. Okay, now to the student who asked me this question, ladies and gentlemen, okay, let me show you how we're gonna figure this out. So it's a little bit weird. Because we're not actually trying to find an equivalent expression. We're just trying to find a factor. So we're going to write y equals in front of all of these. Okay, and we'll also write y equals in front of this. So we're going to jump into Desmos. And we'll type our equation out that they give us, which would be 9x squared minus 4x plus 1. I've just replaced the r's with x's. Okay. And then we'll jump in here and we'll type in 3x minus 1. Do you notice this may not work, just so you know. This may not work, but those two graphs don't look anything alike. So let me just keep trying. Let me try x minus 1. No, those don't look right. Now let me try 9x minus 1. Okay. So at the very least, I have the blue line crossing the purple line. Now, guys, this question is not really conducive to the Desmos. So let me show you. Let's see if we were right. Let's see if our little Desmos trick here gave us the correct answer, which I would have guessed was H, just based on the fact that it's the only line that actually crossed the purple line. So let's see. Because I'm going to actually do it by hand, and let's see. We don't know if this is right. Let's see. So we're going to factor this expression. So we have 9r squared minus 4r plus 1. So we have to think about A, B, and C. A equals B equals C equals. Well, A is 9, B is negative 4, and C is positive 1. The master product, which would be A times C, okay, equals 9 times 1, which is 9. So what we're looking for are two numbers that add to equal negative 4, and those same two numbers multiply to equal positive 9. Now we know they'll have the same signs, and both of them will be negative. So can we think of two negative numbers that add to be negative 4 and multiply to be 9? Okay, so here's the thing. If we factor 9, we get 1 and 9 and 3 and 3. All right. There's no way to get negative 4 by adding those or anything like that. So for this one, Desmos would have led us astray. So in this, when it's looking for the factor, you have to do it by hand. And I don't think there are any real factors. In fact, here's how I can check that. I can do b squared minus 4ac. If this is a negative number when I do the work, I'll know that there are no real factors. So let's check it out. B squared, that would be negative 4 squared, okay, which is 16, minus 4 times a times c. So that's 16 minus 36. Yep, that's going to equal a negative number. So because this equals a negative number, okay, there are no real factors. And I'll tell you how we could have known that without actually doing all that work. Let's go back here to this Desmos graph and get rid of these answer choices. Do you notice how this never actually crosses the x-axis? So this is the x-axis down here. It never crosses the x-axis, so it has no real solutions. And as a result, there are no real factors. Okay, so you have to have real solutions to have real factors. Because the graph never crosses the x-axis, it has no real x-intercept values. And as a result, there are no real factors. That I would say, guys, this question right here, we would call this super duper hard. All right, that was probably the hardest question on that test. Okay, now you guys know there's a huge debate starting in 4 minutes. It is the Democrat national debate that's being held in Las Vegas, and it's the first time that a brand new, well, not a brand new, but a relatively new Democratic candidate for president, Michael Bloomberg, will be debating. And so it's really something that you should watch. I mean, this right now, we have Donald Trump running for re-election on the Republican ticket with Mike Pence as a running mate. And then the Democratic field is very scattered right now. You have Elizabeth Warren, you have Bernie Sanders, and now Michael Bloomberg. Okay, so these are kind of the three front runners. And Bernie Sanders won a recent election, primary election, or a poll or something like that. And he is currently considered to be the front runner right along with Michael Bloomberg. So tonight's debate is going to be very significant to see kind of who's going to win this one. Might be the person that ends up heading off against Donald Trump in the general election in November. So it's not that far away. Okay, we had a request to do number 49, ladies and gentlemen, from the 2018 test. So we'll do number 49. Hi. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, Nunya. None of your business has managed to identify the most difficult questions from the test. This is terrifying. Okay. Now, there is no way. So, guys, just to understand, this is super fragile, blah, 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 hard. Okay. It's really difficult. So I would definitely say you would skip this one and come back to it at the very end. And, if you didn't know what to do, but we'll work it. So here's what we got. We got 10 Q to the 5th, W to the 7th power. Okay. I'm just going to write all the numerators together. Well, no, I won't do it. That'll mess with people's heads. So first, let me just write out what we have. 2W cubed times 4, open parentheses, Q to the 6th power, close parentheses, squared, over W to the negative 5th. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to rearrange this equation, this expression. I'm going to gather all my numbers over on the left side. Okay, so I'll have 10 times 4 over 2, kind of off by itself. And that gets rid of all these numbers. And then I'm going to group my Q's together. I've got Q to the 5th power times Q to the 6th power raised to the 2 power. Okay. And then that gets rid of the Q's. And now all that's left are the W's. Now I got W over 7 here over W to the 3rd power times W to the negative 5th power. Okay, so this is over 1. Now these are 3 different things multiplied by each other. So this is equivalent to this. And now let's keep working. So 10 times 4 is 40. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So we have 20. And now I'm going to have to work on this over here. So I've got Q to the 5th. And now we multiply 6 times 2. So now I've got Q to the 5th times Q to the 12th. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. Now let's work on our W's. I'll leave W to the 7th as itself over. And now we're going to use the product rule. When you have two bases that are the same, you multiply them. You add their exponents. So you have W to the 3 plus negative 5. So that's W to the negative 2. Okay? Let's keep rolling along. So now we have 20 times. Now we can apply the product rule. Okay, when you have bases that are the same, you add the exponents when you're multiplying. You have q to the 17th power times, and now here you got the quotient rule that needs to be applied, which is w to the 7 minus negative 2. That's 7 minus negative 2, which is 7 plus 2. Final answer, 20 q to the 17th, w to the 9th. Guys, I would say that was super hard. Okay? Super, super hard. It's a tough problem. But as a great mathematician named Doris said, we did it. 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 Okay. Yes, sir. No, I'm not making it. It's an interim assessment. So I have no idea what questions are going to be on it. None whatsoever. Cut. You mean for the real test in May? That is the current plan, yeah. The testing environment you'll have tomorrow will be identical to the testing environment you'll have in May. That was a hard problem. Okay. Not gonna lie. Wait, which test? The 2018? All right. Number 42. Okay, so would you like me to show this the super duper easy way on the calculator, or would you like me to show you how to do it by hand? Okay. And I heard someone sound like they were dying or choking, so I might show both methods. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw our little alligators. And first we have to verify that we have a constant rate of change, because you guys, if we have a variable rate of change, then it's not a linear expression, or this table is not linear data. However, here's the deal. The tests don't lie, so it says it's linear. So we should have a constant rate of change. Kids from across the street, if you're coming from 8th grade here at Westwood High School, you have definitely seen Croc before, and that's linear. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, fellow countrymen, workers of the world, let's do this. So the change in X, this is +1, this is +2, this is +3, this is +2, this is +5. Okay? So, Nick, is this what was confusing you? The fact that the oh, you're waiting for it to catch up. So let's keep working. So from 32 to 39, that's +7. From 39 to 53, that's +4. From 53 to 74, that is +21. Wow. 53, 63, 73, 74. Okay. Okay, and then from 74 to 88, 74, 84, that's plus 14. And then from 88 to 123, what is that? 88, 98, 108, 118. So 35. Okay. So now these numbers make you think that the slope is going to be different at multiple points in this table, but it isn't, because we actually have to look at the change in y over the change in x. Okay, so let's just do this for one of them. How about the easiest case? 7 over 1. Okay, that equals 7. So let's just do it for one other set. Let's do that hard one at the very end. 35 over 5. That equals 7. Okay, you could pick one in the middle. 21 over 3. That equals 7. So it's 7, 7, 7. This is the slope. So the rate of change equals 7. 7 is the answer. Now, raise your hand. Well, wait a minute. There's no way for me to see that. Say something in chat or on Discord if you want me to show you how to do this on the calculator. Hey, that's correct, sir. That wasn't even asked for, and you went ahead and did that because you noticed that you did have a 0 and a 32. Yes, sir. You said it perfectly. 7x plus 32. It wouldn't change anything, but you wouldn't be able to directly tell me the equation like you did. Now, does anyone want to see it in? Okay, please in the TI. Yes, calculator. Okay. All right. So here's the good news, guys. When it tells you linear relationship, you only have to use 2 points. You don't have to input every single data point when it's linear. Okay. But if you're not sure about that, just put everything in. So we're going to go to Stat, Edit. Okay, and we're going to fill this table out. So the X values go in L1. So that's 0, 1, 3, 6, 18. Oh, sorry. 0, 1, 3, 6, 8, and 13. 0, 1, 3, 6, 8, and 13. Did I do that right? 0, 1, 3, 6, 8, and 13. Now over in L2, we will put 32, 39, 53. 32, 39, 53. Enter. Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, 74, 88, 123. 74, 88. Thank you. 123. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to wait for the screen to catch up with what I'm saying on Discord, since got multiple people on Discord. Okay, and so there's our data. We're going to now hit Stat. Boom. And then we're going to go over to Calc. And because this is linear, we're going to hit 4. Okay. And then we're just going to enter through this list. And I'm waiting for it to catch up on the screen so it can be a big reveal for everybody. Still waiting. Okay, now, boom. And I'm going to wait. You will see it in 3, 2, 1. Now, okay. So yeah, it's a little laggy tonight. Okay, so it says A equals 7. That's how you know the slope is 7. The slope is A. Okay. Booyah. All right. There we go. Okay, so we have, hey, Rodnisha, what's up? Rodnisha, do you have a problem number in a testing year that you would like to see solved? I should do these videos like the normal YouTuber. What's going on? What's up, guys? Welcome to this YouTube video. This video is brought to you by Brilliant with cringe. Yeah. Yes, I can. I can. Oh, this is a good one. Scientists are studying a bacteria sample. The function f of x equals 245 open parentheses 1.12 close parentheses raised to the x gives the number of bacteria in the sample at the end of x days. Which statement is the best interpretation of one of the values of this function? Okay. Can you tell me, Jasmine the noob, can you tell me what does 245 represent? This is an exponential. So remember, we have y equals a open parentheses b close parentheses raised to the x. So a, or 245, this represents the starting amount. So let's go through and see if there's anything about 245. Letter choice J talks about 245. What does it say here? Is that true or false? Well, you could think of it like this. The word end tells you this is the ending value. So we said that it started at 245. So is it true that it ends at 245? No. Okay, Rodnisha, I see there number test 2019 number 9 and number 12. You will be up there. Okay, so first we'll finish this one. All right, so this is not correct. J is wrong. Now look at number F. Look at letter choice F. Read that one. True or false? Okay, let me ask you this question. What is the initial number of bacteria? Look up at your equation. So the starting amount is actually not 12. The starting amount is 245. So for that reason, letter F is wrong. Okay, so now it's either going to be G or H. Let me ask you a question. What is the B value for this function? Uh-huh. It's the number inside of the parentheses. What's the B value? Well, just look at, are you looking at the screen? Are you looking at the live stream? What letter, what letter goes with, I mean, what number goes with B? Yay. 1.12. Okay. You were overthinking it. So let me ask you a question. Is 1.12 greater than 1? Yeah, is that number bigger than 1? Yes. So if I were to multiply 245 times 1, what would I have? Times 1. $245 times 1 is just 245. So here's the thing I'm trying to get you to tell me. If the B value is 1.12, if I multiply that by 245, I'm going to have a number that's bigger than 245, right? So is the bacteria growing over time, or is it shrinking over time? Is it increasing over time, or is it decreasing over time? It is increasing, so we can eliminate one of these letters, G or H. G, right? Because decreases is wrong. So the answer must be H. And I'll show you how we actually know that for sure. Okay, here's how we know for sure. B equals 1 plus R. All right? So 1 plus R equals 1.12. If I subtract 1 from both sides, R equals 0.12, which if we turn into a percent equals 12%. Okay, Rodnisha, it is your turn with number 9 from the 2019 test. That was a tough question. Okay, please don't freeze on me, sir. Please don't freeze on me, sir. Mr. Sir. We're going to the 2019 test now. And we're going to do number 9 and then number 12. You still there, Radnisha? Oh, man. Number 9 and number 12. So this is another exponential here. This is number 9 from the 2019 test. It says an exponential function is graphed on the grid. Which function is best represented by the graph? Oh, this is easy, easy, easy. And we'll let it catch up here for my my OG Math Discord audio streaming chat partners here. So guys, we just have to plug in all of our answers and find one that looks just like that. Oh no. I'll tell you right now we have a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's freezing up on me. Okay. So we'll try. So we'll go to Desmos and we'll just start plugging stuff in here. We'll try the first one, which is y equals 6, open parentheses, 1/3, close parentheses, raised to the power of x. And let's see if that looks anything like the one we were given. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Let's see. You can't see it yet on YouTube. You see how that looks identical? Well, you'll have to wait. Almost. Now you can see it. Yeah, so that's how we know that the answer is A. Okay. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next question that was requested was number 12. The graph of the quadratic parent function f was transformed to create the graph of f of x plus 2 minus 5. Which graph best represents G? Okay. So this means that there was a left shift 2 places and a right shift down 5. Okay. That's H. So let me back up here because that was a lot to just throw at you like that. How I figured that out so quickly. And I will explain how I know. Okay. So when... Yeah, this thing is going to break. Okay, when this is a plus sign, it means left shift. Okay, so it moves left 2 places. And then this says move down 5. Okay, left shift to move down 5. So we're going to go down 5. So you have to know what the parent function looks like. The parent function looks like this. So you just ask yourself, which one of these appears to have shifted left 2 spaces and down 5 spaces? And I would say that has to be letter H. Okay, last problem coming up here is number 12 on the 2018 test. Number 12 coming up. Then you guys all need to go to sleep. Number 12 on the 2018 test. This will be our very last problem, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh, man. This computer is about to blow up. Number 12 on the 2018 test. I can hear you. Yeah, so this is a different type of problem. We will explain. We will explain the situation. What? Say it again. Okay, can you hear me, Nick? Okay. So this one, as you can see, it's not a perfectly straight line. Okay, so they want to know what percent it will be at 25 weeks. Okay, so one thing we can do, just if you have nothing and you don't know what to do, I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to sort of make a line that goes through as many of the points as I possibly can. So you can kind of see what the trend is. All right? And we'll wait and see for that to show up. You're welcome, Rodnacia. So we can actually eliminate one of our answer choices. We can eliminate 2 of them, actually. Let me show you what I mean. Which ones? It would be H and J that we could eliminate, but let me show you why. So at 25 weeks, this is where the percent body mass will be, because this is 25. Okay, because it's so it's going to be somewhere between 5 and 10 on the low side. Okay, so I can eliminate 10 because it's definitely not 10%. And I can eliminate 2.5% because it's definitely greater than 5. See that? Oh, I'm cutting out for everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me try to restart Discord. No, but the whole computer is about to crash, man. Here's so I have to show you how to do this, and the best way to do it is I have to ask you, do you want me to show you how to do it in TI or on Desmos? Okay, so on Desmos, we're going to have to input a table. And we're going to have to put all of the data in, every single piece of data. 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, 12, 14, 15, 17, 20. Okay, then over here in the Y values, we're going to match those up. 20, 19.5, 17, 15, 14, 13.5, 12.4, 11.6, 11, and 9. Okay? So you should actually be able to see all that data plotted. Can you still hear me okay? Wait, can you hear me? Okay, cool. So we'll wait for this to catch up on the screen. Yeah. I mean, I can do another one if you want me to. All right. But I'm really getting concerned about y'all getting to sleep on time. Yeah, but tonight's different, right? Because tomorrow is a super important. Okay, so you can all see the dots now. All right, so here's how you figure out the equation for the dots. We're going to go down here, and I'll zoom in on this so you can see. We're going to click in here, and we're going to have to type a special equation called the regression equation for linear functions. I would definitely make notes on this. Okay, so we're going to type Y, and then want to hold down Shift and hit the underscore key, and type 1. Y sub 1. I'm going to wait for the screen to catch up. There. Okay. Now we have to hit the tilde, which is the squiggly line. So you hold Shift and then hit apostrophe or reverse apostrophe. That symbol. Tilde. Yeah. And now we hit M. And then we type X. And then we hit Shift dash 1. So M X sub 1 plus B. So it's telling us that our equation is negative 0.544817 comma x plus 19.8027. So we'll go in here and type this in. Y equals negative 0.544817 x plus 19.8027. Okay, and it's going to plot that line now. And I'll let you see what that looks like and see how we've plotted what's called the regression equation for the linear data. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. Okay, see that line? See the green line? Okay, so now we just go over in our graph until we see 25 on the x-axis. And we move our mouse up to the green line and click it. What does it say y is when x is 25? And I'll hold it there until you see. I'm going to screenshot this. That was a lot of work. So what's the answer? Yeah? Yeah. You did it right? All right. That was number 12. Hey. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You did all that work? Oh, man. He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. So much winning. Okay. Hey, I like that. Yeah. All right. So, Jasmine the Noob, did you have a question? Which one? 48 on 2018. Is this the 2018 test right here? Can't remember. Let's see. It is for sure. Now we're going to question number 48. All right. 48. 2018. The graph of g of x equals x squared was transformed to create the graph of h of x equals negative x over 4 all squared. Which of these describes the transformation from the graph of g to the graph of h? Let me explain what this is trying to tell us. Everything in the graph was divided by 4. See that? X over 4. That's called a horizontal stretch. Okay. Why is it called that? Okay, because the leading coefficient is like the slope of a quadratic function, and these are quadratics. And so if you were to take the leading coefficient, which is 1, let's call that a slope of 1. Now I'm going to divide that by 4. Now I'll have a slope of 4. Okay, so your line is going to get flatter and wider, and we call that a horizontal stretch. Okay? That's what's happened to me. okay, as I've continued to eat without exercising, I've experienced a horizontal stretch. Okay. Yes. Now, did you notice that there's a negative sign in front of it now? Well, when you see a normal quadratic graph, it's going to be like that horseshoe pointing upwards, like the letter U. But when you put a negative sign up in front of it, it flips it. So now it's pointing down, like a lowercase letter N. So we call that a reflection over the x-axis. So I can tell you right now that the answer to the question is F. But let's say you didn't know any of that. Okay? No, but let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say that you didn't remember all those rules for transformations and you wanted to get it right, okay? So we're going to go, it just pains me to go onto Desmos and delete all this data, but I'm going to do it. Ouch. 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 Yes, it's all gone now. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start in Desmos. Let me wait till it shows up before I keep talking. It's like 5 to 6 seconds behind. Yep. It was okay. It was good. I really had hoped that more people would have come on tonight because I know how important tomorrow is, and these questions are hard. And so I would really had hoped that more people would be watching this right now and participating, because I kind of wonder if I printed all that test up and stuff and gave it out, and that 90% of people just shoved it in their backpack and didn't even look at it. I'm not sure. So because they're not on the chat, I don't know. There's never been more than 6 people on this chat tonight. So I really don't know. I hope that those people are working. So that's kind of what's had me frustrated here. But anyway, y'all are here, so let me help you with this. So now, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to type y equals x squared. Okay? And let's take a look at it now and see what it looks like. So I'm going to let it show up here for y'all. Because it's about like now I'm thinking it's more like 7 to 10 seconds behind. There is one viewer in the chat. Okay. See that? Okay. So now what we want to do is create a new line and then type this thing in, h of x. So we're going to type y equals negative, open parentheses, x over 4, close parentheses, squared. And I'll let you see what the result was. See that? So it flipped over the x-axis and it got fatter. It got horizontally stretched. Like me. Oh, I thought you said like you. Aha. So I, like in Stranger Things, I went into the upside down and I gained weight. Okay. So it's a reflection over the x-axis in a horizontal stretch, and for that reason, I'm going to choose letter F. We did it. Now, guys, here. Oh, okay, go ahead. Oh, wow, it suddenly jumped to 9. The moment I said I was going to hang up the thing, now there's 1,000 people watching. Okay. Okay. Hello. Yaster. Well, I don't know if that's like a bad word. Yaster Dadon. Could be somebody's name. But hello to you, Yaster Dadon. What are you thinking? Oh, yeah. Oh, what's up? Yay, yay. Hey, yay, yay. What up? Hey, thanks for being here, yay, yay. We appreciate you. Yeah, Rodnisha. You would know. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, this is the end. We are done because it is approaching 9 o'clock, and I do want everyone to get some good rest tonight. So I really appreciate everyone who watched tonight. I hope you learned something here, and it wasn't a complete waste of your time. All right. There we go. So let's see. We had 44 playbacks, not our best showing ever, and average watch time of 12 minutes, which is about 6 minutes less than where we want to be. But still not bad. Okay. Yeah. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope all of you have a terrific evening. Bye to everybody, and good luck tomorrow. Make sure you come by and get your snack and your drink before you head into your testing room. I don't know if I'll be set up in the classroom or out there in the foyer. Y'all will see when you come in. Okay. Bye, everybody. Okay, come by. See ya. Bye. Bye.